it's just a Model 1's nail file. And then like this side is very, very heavy duty. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be showing you how I got these really cute Halloween nails. If you like my shirt, by the way. It says trick or treat. Trick or treat. You guys are gonna laugh. I'm wearing this necklace, and I've had this necklace. It was gifted to me by my very first boyfriend ever. And the funny part, well, it's kind of funny. I don't condone like this type of behavior, but the funny part is he stole this necklace for me as a gift. And I remember whenever he gifted this to me, this was a long time ago. He probably doesn't even know who I am today, but I remember feeling like, oh my god, like bad, like guilty, you know, because he stole to give me something. But in hindsight, I was thinking about him the other day, and I was like, wow, what a sweet guy. He's probably one of the best boyfriends I've ever had. Anyways, today's video, we're going to be showing you how to do these really sweet, fun, dashing diva nails. And also, while we're going to be working on the nails, they're pretty self-explanatory, so I don't think I'm going to do like a tutorial or a how-to on the nails. Pretty much, all you do, it's like a sticky sticker, and you just place it on your nail, and you match up the strips to match the size of each nail, and then you just bend it over and file off the excess, pretty much. Or if you have scissors, you can always use scissors, excuse me, or if you have scissors, you can always use scissors. Just, I would suggest using like a heavier grit file, because it just makes for like a cleaner cut. And it's just, they're pretty easy to use. So yeah, I did have some nail polish on my fingernails, but I went ahead and took the polish off, and so now we will just probably be kind of like filing them down. But we got this know some churches will do like trunk or treat. We could also talk about the haunted houses that they have in my area. Because we have a lot of haunted houses in the Kansas City metro imaging just so you can have a closer look. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. The first horror story that we're going to be talking about today is an urban legend that goes by the name Walking Sam. And this urban legend is known to be a suicide victim collector. Now, some people believe he is just the symbol for depression, while others think he is a more ominous culprit behind the unsuspecting deaths of these young lives. He is known to be a cryptid and is in an altered humanoid form. Walking Sam appears to be about 7 feet tall, who is a lean figure, and he has long arms. They say he does have eyes, but he lacks a mouth and nose. It has been recorded that there have been sightings of this evil force, Walking Sam, in Pine Ridge, North Dakota, near the Black Hills, located near an Indian tribe that has a long history of trauma, as this site is where hundreds of Lakota Indians were killed during the Wounded Knee Massacre. And as of more recently, around 2014 and 2015, there were 103 suicide attempts. 9 of these suicide attempts were successful, and none of the victims were older than the age of 25. So many people believe that Walking Sam clings to live spirits and that he feeds off of their energy. Many of the victims died by hanging, and while it is still unclear as to what the cause is for these clusters of suicides are directly correlated to this evil entity, it is said that when he puts his arms up above his head, that you can see his victims hanging below him. He tries to entice the young and vulnerable population, and when the teenagers hear him calling, he encourages them to harm themselves. He is persuasive and cunning, and he targets these young crowds because the younger crowds are more susceptible to this evil trickery, and he targets them because he feels that they are easy to manipulate, and they are more likely result of the Spanish flu that took place in 1918. According to the legend, many children who lost their lives because of the pandemic are buried in the Maple Hills Cemetery. And adjoining the Maple Hills Cemetery is a children's playground. Some people say that the children will come out to play on the playground right next to the cemetery, as if they were still here earthside. The pandemic killed millions of people, and not only children's lives were taken, but also adults' lives were taken. And while it is true that the pandemic affected many people worldwide, the people in Huntsville, Alabama got hit extremely hard. Hospitals were filled to max capacity, and many patients were treated at home. So many people died during the pandemic that they were taking body bags of dead people out of the hospital and putting them in wagons. The practice of putting large quarantine bags over your home door was a practice that often led to the spread of the disease in the household. So many times, much like that in current days, the disease would spread inside of the home. These bodies were then stacked one on top of another and hauled off by horses to the morgue. To prevent the spread of disease, parents would warn their children not to leave their windows open. A uplifting. There are some spirits you can just feel a shift in your space when they are around. And today we're going to be talking about some evil demonic spirits. This story is a story that takes place in Mattoon, Illinois, and it's actually a true story, depending on who you ask. Some of the articles that I have read online are a little unclear, and it seems as though whatever happened in Mattoon, Illinois, nobody really likes to talk about. And I think it's mainly because nobody can really identify what actually happened. Now, this is circa 1944 when a bizarre series of events took place in Mattoon, Illinois, where many of the local residents reported reports of getting gassed. People made claims that the town was under attack by a strange, mysterious man wearing all black. It is believed that the strange man was spraying a paralyzing gas into the residents' home that would make the people who lived inside the residence unable to move. The residents in the small central Illinois town of Mattoon reported to their local police agencies the circumstances surrounding the alleged attacks, and mayhem broke out. The newspapers sensationalized the incidents, and the town grew paranoid. The details of each attack were eerily similar. The victims complained of a sickly, sweet odor that caused them to be paralyzed for up to 30 minutes at a time. There were multiple reports of the gas attacks, and many eyewitnesses, of whom all described the suspect as being a tall, thin man in black clothing, wearing a tight black cap. Many police reports were made, but the local police force was down on their luck, and eventually they called the FBI to help assist them with their investigation. The Mattoon police force was under immense pressure to solve these crime sprees, and the public image of Mattoon began to crumble. Eventually, the authorities began to have a more dismissive approach, and as more and more reports of the gas attacks hit the streets, the newspapers took on a more skeptical tone. used at the local Atlas diesel engine company, and that the gas must have leaked through the windows. Although some of the reports reported their window screens were cut and that there were also rags left behind in the resident's home, with no explanation as to where or how they got there. Also, the owner of the Atlas Gas Company came out with a statement denying any fault of his gas company, citing that they have never run into anything like this before, and the gas company had been a local gas company for a long time, and the owner denied any responsibility, and many of the victims also did not believe that the gas attacks were linked to the diesel company. They believed their attacker was still out in the community. To this very day, the identity of the Mad Gasser of Mattoon, Illinois, remains a mystery. And for this next spooky story, this is more of an urban legend, and it is about a superstar named Phil Collins, and it's about the song that he wrote from his 1981 Face Value album called In the Air Tonight. Now, you all might be wondering what's so spooky about Phil Collins, right? He's a well-known superstar and extremely talented. Well, many people who have reflected on this song seem to think that the lyrics paint a rather sad and somber picture. Some people who have analyzed the lyrics is a translation of watching when somebody is in need of help, or metaphorically speaking, as somebody is drowning and the other person just sits back to witness, this person going through the gigs. And supposedly this song is about somebody witnessing that type of experience. So it's a super artsy way of looking at the lyrics. Now, this is not my personal belief or interpretation of the song, but this has just been a urban myth or an urban legend that can be read up on just a few miles from Chicago. Since the 1930s, several men driving northeast along the Archer Avenue between the Willowbrook Ballroom and Resurrection Cemetery have reported picking up a young female hitchhiker. This young woman is said to be dressed somewhat formally, wearing a white party gown. She is said to have light blonde hair and blue eyes. There are other reports that she wears a thin shawl with dancing shoes. She is supposedly very quiet and carries a small clutch purse as a bag. If you think that you spot Resurrection Mary, the closer that you get to the Resurrection Cemetery, it is said that she disappears into it. She is one of Chicago's most famous ghosts. In a January 31st, 1979 article, a columnist detailed the story of a cab driver who picked up the young woman. He quoted, "A looker, a blonde. She was young enough to be my daughter, 21 tops." The man gave a chilling testimony of the vanishing hitchhiker. Supposedly, she hailed him for a ride, and whenever he went to go drop her off, she was vanished, gone, and the car door never even opened. The man's testimony was deemed to be credible, as the columnist described him as a typical 52-year-old working guy, a veteran, a father, a Little League baseball coach, a churchgoer, the whole shot. Whether or not, if you believe in ghosts, it sounds to me like Resurrection Mary may just need a little bit of help finding her way home. Although some of these energies that we have referenced may be fairly harmless, there is no denying that we do have some extraordinarily powerful evil entities on this earth. So we've covered a ghost, and we've covered some urban legends, and even some cryptid characters or other than humanoids. But in this story, we're going to be referencing a possessed demonic object. This object is known to be the world's most haunted doll. Robert the Doll is a doll who used to be owned by Robert Eugene Otto, who was an extremely renowned artist. positioned in the window, and school-age children would actually witness the doll appearing and reappearing. And upon Otto's death in 1974, Myrtle Reuter purchased the artist's house and became the doll's new caretaker. And supposedly, Reuter said Robert would move around in the house on his own, and after years of antics, she ended up donating him to a haunted museum for safekeeping. And since being in the museum's possession, Robert has even been known to spook or haunt some of the utility workers who have come to the museum to do work in the building. But it's kind of a happy ending to this haunted story, because this museum that Robert is now being housed in is the same museum that Otto would showcase his art in. So this museum, I think it's called the Martello Museum, and people can actually write Robert the doll, and people have sent him letters. He's actually quite famous and a lovely attraction for the museum. And if you would like a picture with